Hey guys, continuing on from my last video, which was all about preparing for your first drift day. This video is going to be the start of a series on preparing your first drift car. So this is going to be a budget build guide for any new drivers on how to start in the sport. So the car I've chosen for this build is a BMW E46 323i. So here's the E46, and the owner's intention was to do a bit of work to it, put it back on the road, but you just come to the realisation that it's not going to happen. The wings, common fault, they just rusted through. Same, different place to my compact, because they went on the bottoms, but both sides of this are gone. So that's something I'm going to need to sort out. Let's have a look in here. It's just all factory. Just a nice standard example. Just run down a bit. Let's have a little look inside. Nice leather interior. There's nothing wrong with the inside really. So one way you can make money back from a build is to strip the interior and sell it all. Because leather seats, you'll just be sliding all over the place, bruising your knee on the door card. The other problem we got in here is it's an auto. So I will be doing a manual conversion on this. That's also another way you can save a bit of money, because everyone wants to buy manual cars. But if you buy an auto and do the conversion, you can, you should be able to save a bit of money from that. Because you can sell the auto box and the parts you don't need, and that'll go towards funding the manual box. Go around to the boot. Which is pretty standard, it's just dirty. It does come with new rear discs and pads, which is nice. It saves me having to pick them up. There's a little bit of rust on here. It looks like somebody's shut their seatbelt on the door, and it's just corroded over time. So the first bit of work we're going to do to the car is strip the interior. To pull the rear bench out, you literally just pull it out. Got these rear bolsters. Just give it a bit of a pull. And that's that. Got these little plastic trims here. That unclips. And it's out. And to release the rear seat backstay, these little levers here should push down. And now we can access where these mount to pull them out. Right, we're using a 10mm socket. It's that little bolt here. That's the last bit, holding this little collar up. So with that out of the way, the seats should just pull out. Bit of force. And that's that. It'll just lift out of that. Good weight on these, so that's a good saving. Now to remove the rear cards, there's a series of clips along here. You can just pull and pop them off. And there's one little torque screw under there. Also there's another Torx just there. Right, with that out, this can go. There we are, found a, just looks to be surface, so it's not too bad. Right, if you've got a trim removal tool, slide it there, pop them out, and then this tray will come away. Feeling that a flat head, but you will damage it a bit. This is what's holding it on at the front. Slide the piece out, and then repeat then for the other side. So behind the left covering, we've got like a factory Bmw Cd Changer, and it's a load of little 8mm bolts to take this thing out. Up at all. There's just two wires to unplug this. One just pulls out, and the other one's got a little bit on the side that you pinch and pull out. Easy as that. Also got this bit of sound deadening, which we won't need this. So the next bit we're going to take out is this bit of plastic trim here. I don't know if you can see small little clips there. You're going to put a little punch down the centre. Give it a little riddle. They'll come out. To remove the headrest, it's quite fiddly. If you pry this up, you've got that blue cylinder looking thing, and then you've got a split pin going through it. So it's kind of hard to do it on camera because I need both my hands, but if you pull that pin out, the headrest will just lift straight up. And then just repeat for the other side. Move that, you need to pop this light out. Then in there you've got a little Torx bolt. Perfect. And put the cable going to this then. Just pull it out. Now with the light removed and the trim screw, it'll just pull off. A bit of force. Now once you pop some of the clips on this, it should just lift straight out. Just held in with the speaker cables now. Just use a flathead to pop the covers off, and then using an 8mm socket, undo the 3 bolts here, holding the speaker into the parcel shelf. It's still attached via the seat belts, so we're going to remove the rear seat belts next. To remove the seat belts, you need to use these large Torx bits. And there's one bolt up here. And now to remove the bottom portion of the seat belt here. You got the same Torx bits. These are quite loose. They normally they can be a nightmare to get out. And that's that. And then just repeat for the other side. The next thing we're going to remove is this bit of trim here, which is held on with 4 bolts. The carpet should just pull up. I'll be stuck on these a little bit. Just fold them back. So that's the rear section of the car stripped out. All I need to do is to cut the speaker cables back and make them safe so they don't short out on each other. Just down there, you've got 2 16mm nuts at the front of each seat. And at the back, it's hard to see, but it's under here. There's a 16mm head bolt. Let's remove these fronts. The second bolt is just there. That's it up. Like I said, electric seats, and this car's battery is flat, I can't move the seats forward to get to the rear bolts, so I'm going to have to connect my battery. Right, I've got the new battery in. It's a good sign. You can hear the fuel pump prime. Now to see if these seats work. Perfect. We can get to the bolts now. Okay, and to remove the electric plug from the underside of the seat, with the bolts removed, fold the seat back, you got this big cable connecting it to this connector block. So that bit there with the 3 lines, pull it out and it'll disconnect. And then just simply lift the seat out. The next thing I'm going to take out is the center console. Put that back. Pop that out. Just down there. Them two are out. Another 2 at the back there. The plug here. Pop that out. Front end. I'm going to pop that out. Get that out of the way. And then you'll have 2 Phillips screws. Now this will pull away. Finish getting this out. Lift the armrest. Pull the gear stick gaiter up. A little zip tie. Chop him. So just lift up. The only thing you need to disconnect now is the hazard switch. And for the armrest then, we've got these bolts here, there, and just at the back there. Using a 13mm socket, undo the 3 bolts holding it in. And that's that out. And then just reinstall your handbrake sensor. Push down on the tab. It's back on. Easy as that. So that's as much as I'm going to strip out in this build. So that's it for this video, guys. Catch me on the next one where we pull the gearbox out and the diff. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.